metals are soaring. Gold's over 3,900. It's up like $50 today. I think we can start thinking about maybe putting a zero, on gold instead of 3,900. Maybe it's going to go to 39,000. So just in a smooth channel, it looks like we're going to go to 4,000, and then we'll see what happens there. Similarly, silver is tracking for 50. We're really just a hair under 50 now, 48.5, and looks like we'll get to 50 maybe in the next half hour. Up and away, and again, at some point, this kind of rise is gonna, I think, create some kind of shift or movements across other financial assets. Indicated that on Friday there was a little bit of buckling at the top end of the trading ranges of these indexes. I mean, it's just been up and away, and we're kind of getting to the top end of these. You can see that the NASDAQ had a bit of a reversal, right at these, resistance highs. So you got to pay attention here. I think we're up in the pre-market, but with this kind of resistance, we could be up and then have some kind of knockback. So we're in this kind of trading channel, and for right now, here's the secondary channel. Get above here. This is we're in rarefied trading air. We'll just have to see. Anything can happen. Still have the government shutdown. It obviously hasn't had much impact on the financial markets, but maybe at some point it will. But starting to see the first kind of signs of maybe a little bit of a rotation out of these NVDA, Palantir got knocked back on Friday. Some of these leading momentum stocks starting to show a little bit of fatigue. And, contrarily, we're getting a rotation into some industrials and small caps. And I'm getting the feeling the small caps are going to be, where the action is now. So same with the S&P, broke out of this ascending triangle, had a mini key reversal. Is it going to matter? We'll find out pretty soon. And then Dow broke out of this ascending triangle, kind of retested the breakout. Let's see what happens. But the path of least resistance in these markets is higher. Can't fight the Fed. You can see that the S&P is in this very narrow channel, and it could break the lower part of this support line very quickly. So we are kind of, let me just see what we're doing in the pre-market. Yeah, we're up pretty smartly in the pre-market. Dow, not so much. NASDAQ and S&P. So the NASDAQ, I think, is at new highs. NASDAQ just trading at new highs. So AMD is going ballistic. Some of these other stocks are going ballistic. So NASDAQ is now above here in the pre-market. It's taking out the new highs. S&P about there. Small move higher in the Dow thus far in the morning session. The one to watch now is this IWM. It's just taken out these 5-year highs. And you're just seeing, monster moves in these little stocks like Oscar and crazy stuff. Richland Robotics. So you can see we just took the highs out. And if these things can get going, you could just get some amazing moves. And we're seeing them already. Rocket Lab, I think, was up 6% on Friday after we talked about it in the morning session. And that's what you're seeing, these crazy moves now. TLT still under pressure, even though the Fed has basically indicated it's going to keep lowering interest rates. I think inflation is not contained, and the long end is struggling, and I think it's down today. So this is not a market that I would be playing in. I would watch it for implications down the road, but this thing can't really get out of first gear, and even though rates are going lower, this is kind of still struggling. And actually, I think we're opening lower today out of this symmetrical triangle. So the secular long-term is still lower in long-term interest rates, but the short-term's coming down, and I think that's going to be enough to ignite these small caps. So I put a bunch of things to look at. Start this, I kind of labeled this a warning sign. So on Friday, who knows? Was this just a ripple or the start of something bigger? NVIDIA, you started to, not a major turn down. This is just really a consolidation. But Palantir, you can see turned down dramatically. This could just be a bear trap. Who knows? But starting to get the first cracks in these major stocks. Amazon, I've been, of all the mags, I've been really bearish on Amazon. You can see we're in this kind of trading range. It turned down on Friday, and the whole thing looks like it's pretty weak overall. Double top in the background. And, Jeff Bezos did sell like $7 billion worth of his stock there. If he would know something. So it just feels like this wants to crack. Also, CLS, a major stock that has been moving to the upside, has started to catch resistance and start to buckle. So we had all of these kind of little jiggles on Friday, and maybe it'll shake it off, but maybe it's the first sign that, there's going to be some stress tests. But always it just comes down to risk and reward in your individual holdings. And, some stocks are going to move down, and then there's going to be a rotation and some are going to move up. We talked about this aviation sector, Rocket Lab, AEC, Archer, and you can see Rocket Lab now is breaking out of this long-term consolidation. So you had this impulse move, and now you're starting to take this out. What we've also seen is these breakouts and then these quick moves back into the trading range before it goes back out. So kind of got to be on the alert for that, but this is breaking out, and this projects, much higher. It's been a very contained trading range, the impulse move, the trading range, and now, this is a long, mature trading range, and this thing looks like it would go to $70 on this run. I think we're up a few dollars even today. Lemonade, same thing, kind of feels like we're in this trading range. Looks like we had this flag. We've been consolidating. AMD kind of looked like this, and AMD's up huge. I think Lemonade is up. What you do is you get these fake outs. AMD did this on Friday. It broke out, and then they close the other way. So they get the first seller. Sound did this, SOUN. So they break out and then fail on the first day. And then it just flushes out the weak hands, and then it's right back to business. Basically, the flag, and then, to me, I'm just watching this, sideways. Like I said, SOUN look like this, AMD look like this, and now Lemonade looks like this. So, if we take out Friday's high, it just, was just a flush out here, and it's back to business. And this one feels like it's gonna keep going that way. This feels like a kind of an established trading range and not as tight prices. So it's kind of hard to figure this out. It's just a wide trading range, but I get the feeling we're going north on this. LMND. TEM, also kind of just one of these theme stocks, now retesting. I don't like to buy at or near resistance levels. So I put these up just to kind of create a watch list for you, observe certain types of behavior, and then wait for the right opportunity. I don't like buying at resistance levels, but if we start consolidating and price gets really, narrow and tight, then you can look for the next move. But I just put all kinds of ideas on the watch list. I'm watching these. Some of these I'm trading when they're ready. And you always want to kind of look for a catalyst, and you want to, again, goes back to that daily affirmation. Stick to a rule, wait for a certain catalyst, and then pull the trigger. I kind of made these as a monthly chart because I wanted to look at this stock QUbt, which I think is down pretty healthily in the pre-market. I think it's down about $2. But again, these things, they make, they fake you out or whatever. I'm looking at this monthly chart, and, it's got this huge kind of base built, it's kind of cup and handle, and it's now, at these monthly inflection points. Now, it could do that. It could do a million things. It's a theme stock, so it can run, and then if it runs out of gas, it could be right back down here. So, you got to be aware and create the right type of risk profile. I never like to kind of see a resistance level and then there's something kind of above that. There's, other history there that, it always creates some problems. But again, a lot of these charts are, testing these breakout areas and, anything can happen. So I think QUbt is down. I saw it down earlier today, and it's not, it hasn't performed as well as the other ones, IONQ and RGTI and whatever, but because of this monthly kind of resistance, if it takes it out, it could really run. You can see this is a pharma stock that I started looking at last week, TARS, and it's about to break out and make all-time new highs. This thing looks like a big kind of cup and handle, and now we're at these old highs. So if it can consolidate here, these things, can double very quickly. Broke out of this kind of long-term flag. This is what tells me this is going to be a pretty sustained move. That is a pretty healthy flag. So you went from 20 to 60, that's $40. So you take 40 to here and you're at 90. With the kind of consolidation that happened here, this kind of flag, this tells me this is going to keep running. It's got to, overcome some turbulence here, but I think this one will get going, TARS. And again, I'm just trying to put things on the watch list and give you a preview of just price action. And this is a monthly chart. So that is a beautiful consolidation for a long time and sets in motion, I think, a big move. TBTX. I was talking with Sean about this in the community. This is a monthly. On the daily, it's kind of come into this symmetrical triangle that we've kind of looked at for a lot of things. You have this monthly double bottom, kind of cup and handle. And now you're just fooling with these resistance levels. But on the daily, it looks like it's kind of coming into a symmetrical triangle and will eventually break out. It might have to test the low side of that triangle, Sean, first before it goes. So I don't know if options are a great idea. This thing may take a little time. We talked about this stock BETR on Friday. It looked like this with a symmetrical triangle, was up 15% Friday in the session. I don't know if anybody played that. So these things they set up and they do the same kind of things. It's just setting at your RVMD, same thing. Kind of, you got a bottom, you got a flag and a breakout now. And just looks like this thing wants to run. RVMD. I've got a bit of this. So these are monthly charts. I just wanted to look at QUbt on the monthly because it's knocking on the door of this breakout. It could certainly fail here. And then I really like this TARS. It's just got to do some work at these highs, but I think it's just a matter of time. So there are going to be some amazing moves. If this IWM moves, probably should have put up that chart of BETR. We looked at charts like Pony, PONY, UMAC, Cores, I think BitDR, BTDR, so many of these things. They all look like this. They have this huge impulse move and then put you to sleep. And I mean, we're right at the moment of, this is BMNR. I think some crypto play or whatever. I don't really care. And it just looks like when these things come out, they go right back to where they came from. So it could be an explosive move out of here. And I probably should stack these one on top of the other. We can take a look at them, and just fix your eye on, what these look like. You get these huge moves and then it settles into a symmetrical triangle. I think TBTX is doing the same thing. Oscar put on the watch list a long time ago. We had the double bottom, and now it looks like you have this cup and handle and this major breakout. And when you see these, usually this. So you have a cup and handle, you have a breakout of this major trend line. You're coming up into this, I guess, 23 resistance level. I'm sure you'll get a few really healthy shakeout moves, but this feels like a few weeks from now, it could be double from here. OSCR. And then sound, I also feel is percolating. You can see how it's just held this. We're in this kind of ascending triangle, kind of had a couple of false moves, but I do think that this is, getting ready for another big move. So just kind of have to watch for prices to get stable and quiet and tight. But this is something that you should put on your radar because, it'll be 25 bucks in a nanosecond. So maybe we get another move down. That would be terrific. But this thing looks like it's ready to go.